When did I come out? Actually, it was the 2000s. Well, I spent the whole. You've read my book, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I spent the whole. No, that was the 2000s. So the whole 2000s decade.
Wait, you came out in 2000 what?
2012 actually is when I finally transitioned. Okay. But 10 years prior to that, I was presenting.
So I actually transitioned. I actually like came out as trans before you.
You did.
Yes.
That's right. Well,
I'm your trans mother, Paula.
I was a dad, right? People thought I was a dad. Mm-hmm. I did my best, right? Mm-hmm. But
you've had like trans tendencies like when you were a lot younger, though.
Oh, for sure.
So like
even my children will tell me.
But you couldn't at that time. You didn't have the privilege of just kind of saying to everybody that I'm trans at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it would have totally changed my life. I wouldn't.
Would you say it would have destroyed your life?
Well, it would have been very different. Mm-hmm. Yes. Possibly, yeah. To say it would have destroyed my life, I think it's probably accurate. I mean, it was hard enough in 2012. Mm-hmm. Once I transitioned and committed myself to that, I couldn't get a job anymore.
Yeah.
That's when I decided to write my book and went into, some of the essential workforce. Mm-hmm. So even in 2012, it was difficult.
Even when I was trying to get a job when I came out, I was unhireable because, I mean, I remember getting, I don't want to say the place, but it was kind of more of a corporate employer that I actually got an interview with, and they basically hired me. And they actually found out that I was trans like after basically the hiring process, and they invited me in, like just me. And I thought I was going to go in for whatever reason, and it turns out they invite me into a conference room. I'm sitting with, like, on the end of this table, and just like it's completely silent, and there's like 8 men across the table all just staring at me. And I was like, what is going on? I was so scared. I was so scared. By the way, I was like one of my first jobs. So I was like 20, 21 or 22. And basically they were all lawyers. And they said, we just want to make sure that, they asked me a whole series of questions. Like, they said, like, I wanted to make sure that you're going to use one bathroom and one bathroom only. And that you're not going to go in between. We also don't, if you're going to present this way, you must only present this way.
Right.
And also you must not talk about being trans, like at your workplace, because you're already a liability.
That's an interesting.
And I had to sign a contract to work there.
Wow.
Saying that they were going to,
I thought my story was good. I think yours is even better.
I thought I told you that.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that. we don't talk as much about being trans, actually.
It's because
once in a while we talk about some of the issues that it still presents.
Yeah, but that was that was one of the most intense.
That sounds intense. When I transitioned, I was I don't know, should I mention the company? I don't think I'll mention the company. No. They were pretty good about it, but I interviewed as a man, and looking back on it, I realized I had nail polish on, and I probably wasn't presenting very masculine, but I got the job. And 3 days in, and I had an appointment already at the end of the month to request a name change and a gender change. 3 days into the job, I couldn't take it anymore.
Why?
Because I just figured, okay, well, I've made this commitment to change my name and change my gender, and here I am presenting as a male. I said, the longer I do this, the more difficult it's going to be. And so, I did something really, and of course, by that time, you understand the stress of trying to present as a male when you're transgender. At that time, I was going out of my mind. And so I just emailed my boss. I said, I'm transgender. I'm going to start coming to work as a woman.
Oh, my God. To me, I've never had that experience because I've always kind of, I mean, I came out as trans as a teenager. So I started telling people when I was like 15, 16 years old, like in high school. And then when I left high school, that's when I started taking like more serious steps towards my transition. So most of my jobs all of my jobs have been like I've presented feminine in some way.
Yeah.
So, but I can only imagine the stress of being at like a career, like a very professional like atmosphere, and then like transitioning on the job, and then I'd be like all of a sudden everybody has to like now refer to me in like you know in the feminine tense, you know, like that would be.
So that is very different, right? So I mean, I chose a career path that was very much dependent on the fact that I was male or presented as male, and but it was similar, right? So HR called. First of all, they wanted me to take a week off, and I'm really proud to say that my contracting company did stick up for me. They said, you know, you're going to pay her, right? And they did pay me. I worked at home for a week while they worked out their communication plan. I don't know what that was. It didn't involve me. They wanted to be sure that I was not going to switch back and forth, right? That was those were their two concerns.
Yes.
You're going to use the women's bathroom, and you're not going to switch back and forth, right? So,
yeah.
You know, now we're moving more towards gender neutral, you know, environments, and that's progress, I guess.
Yes, and that's a whole nother video too. We should talk about the bathroom debate.
The bathroom debate, it still rages on.
The sacred bathrooms.
So, I'm sure you've had bathroom experiences. One of the best ones I had was down at, I think it was actually, what's the barbecue place over on Franklin and Lindale? Rudolph's. And they have those, you know, it's a gender neutral hand washing area, right? Sinks and such. And then they have individual stalls that are, I think, they had labeled male and female on the doors, but they were all in the same room. And I'm washing my hands, and this young man walks in, and he sees me, and he looks around, and he says, I think I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And he walks out.
Yes. It's so weird because I've always used like the women's restroom, even when I was a teenager. But I remember before that and being even younger, and I was like, I would be so nervous to use the bathroom, especially if my family was around and they still didn't like get it. So I would literally like learn to hold it for the longest time. And that's what a lot
of women do.
And like I remember one time having to use the bathroom so bad, and I just like ended up going to like a rest stop like in a park, and it's like and having to go. I just remember I had the struggle of having to just find a place where I could just like relieve myself, you know, and because I couldn't do it in a mall, I couldn't do it at school. It's like, you know, it's like it felt weird, like I don't know. I felt like I was being judged. I
think that's a pretty common experience. Yeah. I never had that issue.
So I get the bathroom debate, but at the same time, like, you know, if you are like, most women would not care if even there was somebody who is androgynous in the women's restroom. And if you care about that, it's just like, get over it. It's like, it's the bathroom. It's like, that's why I was like making a joke. It's not sacred territory.
And I think most people feel that way. I never really had an issue with it.
What?
Wow, we've been talking that long already.
How long
it just
was
said memory card full. It just shut off.
Oh. Well, we were kind of rambling. But I like when we do these videos where we just talk.
Yeah.
So what we're talking, we're finishing up the bathroom conversation.
The bathroom conversation before we were so rudely interrupted by technology.
Technical difficulties again.
Yes. I spent 7-8 years presenting as a man in a dress, right? That's how I managed my life as a male, a husband, a father, all those roles I was trying to portray. And cope with being transgender,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it allowed me to have relationships with women without all that tension of
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Sexual
Oh, God. It's like I would love to do a video about transgender dating, relationships, all of that, because I have so many opinions on that.
And I would love to hear those stories.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but like you said, that's probably another video.
It would be a long video. Let us know if you want that video. They're like, no, we don't want that video.
In fact, I do need to talk to you about that because a good friend of mine, who I had a kind of a brief relationship with, he wants to meet other trans women, right?
Okay.
And I know him very well, right? And I have a lot of respect for him. I admire him, and I know that's a legitimate thing. And of course, the issue always comes up of tranny chasers, right? That's what all trans women always worry about. But like, I don't want. Let's forget about that because you're right. That's another conversation.
But let me just to wrap up.
All right, we're there now. You're going to have to say something.
We'll talk more about it after this video. But but just like how there are trans people in the world, there are also people in the world who prefer, who strictly want to be with somebody who's trans.
Yeah.
And
because we're unique, right?
Yes, and well, I mean, the term is tranny chaser, but there is actually like a better word. I actually will look up that word later for you, but there's a lot of men that do like trans women.
Yeah.
Just like there's a lot of even in the gay community, there's like gay men who like being with trans men.
Yeah.
It is a preference for some people. It doesn't, and if you're a straight man who likes a trans woman, it does not make you gay. It does not make you bi. You are seeing that person as a woman. I mean, that's something that, especially with the men that I've dated, I have this like effect of kind of forcing the other person to question their sexuality.
Yeah.
Just for the idea that they're attracted to me.
Yeah.
And for like, let's be honest, for straight white men who are not used to thinking outside that box that they exist in, it can like blow their minds, and they're like, they get freaked out, but it's really not that complicated.
It's not that complicated. No. It's like you like me or you don't like me. That's
But like we said, it's another video because I have a lot to say about all of that.
But that's very good. We should have that topic.
And we should wrap up this video because we've just been babbling.
But well, that's part of what we do, right? That's what makes us so interesting.
Yes.
But the bathroom issue, I never did finish that.
Oh, okay.
So when I was presenting as a man in a dress, I tried to frame it as a men's rights issue. Actually, that didn't go over so well.
Okay.
But I used the men's bathroom, right? And when I decided that I was now going to be presenting as a woman, then I started using the women's bathroom. And I never had a problem with that. There was only one time that I've been thrown out of establishment for using a women's bathroom.
Really? I've been thrown out of establishment for using the men's bathroom.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, which bathroom do you want me to use?
It's like,
right?
well, because I've always been like, like feminine. So like, I remember when I was younger, like I think I was like 17 or 18, and I went to a club. And I got thrown out because I went
to a what?
A club.
Oh, a club.
A dance club. And I went and I mean, I probably shouldn't have been there in the first place, but because I was too young. But anyways, I used the men's bathroom because I went to a club dressed kind of like more boyish, and I tried not to be like feminine. I wanted to fit in basically. And so, but like somebody was just like, there is a girl like in like the men's restroom, and like they literally came and like the bouncer grabbed me and then took me outside and was just like, that is not okay, and it was just like, give me your ID, and I was like, you can see on my ID that I'm a dude.
Actually, I'm a dude, and I had to tell him I was a dude.
Dude, you look ridiculous.
I hate that. So then did they let you back in?
No, they didn't.
No,
He was just like, he was just so embarrassed, and I was just like, and also, why would I want to go back in when I just got thrown out?
Why would I want to go
I was
back
just
in,
like, okay, my night's done. I'm going home.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Liquor Lyle's of all places. I couldn't believe it. It's like I've been in there for years, presenting, wearing dresses.
Yeah.
Presenting as a man in a dress.
Yeah.
But it can get kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I've never really had any problem with it. But I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like men don't want me in their bathroom.
Yeah. Usually it's men that have more of a
men
problem.
have the big problem with it. Yeah.
It's, oh my God, this is my sacred stall.
So,
like, what are you doing in here? You're too close.
My safe space. Yes.
My safe space.
Safe space. I went to all these policy conferences. One of the more interesting ones for me as a trans woman, was a study about women in the military, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the big issue? Bathrooms, right?
Oh my God, again?
And who has the issue? Not the women, it's the men, right? The men don't want the women in their bathrooms, in their private space.
Well, okay, let's be honest. Like, we don't want to go into the men's bathroom anyway. It's disgusting in men's bathrooms.
No.
They would be lucky if I were to grace them with my presence walking into the men's bathroom.
They would be. Yeah. So,
anyways, well, on that note,
so it isn't totally a trans issue, right? It's a broader gender issue, right?
Yeah.
That men and women deal with. So.
Yeah. Well, we should wrap up this video. This video is kind of long, but
all right.
I do like
this video is way too long.
I like this format of a video where we can just talk kind of more unscripted. I mean, all of our videos are unscripted, but some of the videos we go into it knowing that we want to talk about a topic.
Yeah.
So.
And it's been a tumultuous summer. Some of our videos have been some pretty intense topics.
Yes.
And we kind of want to do something a little bit
lighter.
Yeah.
Our last few videos have been kind of intense, and we have more videos that are going to be just as intense coming up. More hyper political, controversial videos. So. But we are going to be taking a break because we're just really busy right now, and I'm in school, and I think we're going to start resuming again, hopefully in a month or two.
Yeah, so maybe by December, at the end of your term,
yes.
I suppose. And
Season 2.
After the November election. Mm-hmm. So, I do hope people will get out there and vote. I don't know who they're going to vote for because I'm not on the ballot anymore.
Yeah.
But
you're not on the ballot, we don't care.
But that's right. Now there's no reason to vote anymore.
No, everyone should vote. And just kidding.
Yes. So I still want people to vote.
Yes.
There's always local elections, right? And those are always very important. And generally, we don't even know who's running in local elections. Mm-hmm. But those are the people a lot of those people will eventually go into higher level offices as well, right? Mm-hmm. So if you start your selection process early, you'll hopefully end up with better candidates later on. Mm-hmm. So that's just a little tip from.
Well, Paula.
So, yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Glad we were able to get together.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we could do another Zoom video. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, one of the
I
things
don't know
I'd like
how
to
that
do,
technology would work out, but.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll have to leave that up to the tech people, right?
Please, exactly. Well, anyways,
But one thing I would like to do is like to do kind of a montage of some of your artwork, or
yeah.
Because it'd be interesting. I know there's some stories behind some of those paintings.
Yes, absolutely. And if you wanted to see some of my artwork, you can go to my Instagram page. It's just search my full name, Dani May Austin, Dani May like the month, and Austin like Austin, Texas.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and I'm also on Facebook. I have a like page on Facebook.
Yeah, and we'll put the links down below, and don't forget to subscribe.
Like and subscribe to this video, and also you can find Paula too. Where can they find you, Paula?
Well, I'm still online. I still have my Senate page. Mm-hmm. We're not done. Mm-hmm. I mean, politics needs a lot of.
Well, you're never done in politics. There's always
you're never
something.
done in politics. Like I said, I'm working with another campaign for House, campaign manager. But, 2022 is coming up in just 2 short years.
Yeah, true.
So, Paula Overby for Senate is the Facebook page. Just Paula Overby for the Facebook page, my personal page. I don't spend as much time on Facebook. I'm not really happy with where Facebook's going these days.
Neither am I.
It's all ads. And Twitter, Paula_Overby. That's the best place to find me.
Okay.
So.
Well, we'll see you next time then.
Bye-bye.
Why does this look better than all of our other videos?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. but I'm off the screen.
Yeah.